welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast, the podcast where it's just you, your tools, and the work. No team, no backup. I'm Jamie from JSpec Engineering, and every episode we're tackling the highs and lows of flying solo in the machining world.
And I'm Curt from Confounded Machine, here to chat about everything it takes to make it as a one-man show in the shop. From grinding and turning to the struggles of running a one-person operation, we're sharing the stories, the tricks, and the challenges that come with going it alone.
If you're out there in the shop grinding away by yourself, or just thinking about taking a solo plunge, this show's for you.
So throw in your ear protection and let's talk about life behind the machine.
Welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast. How's it, Curt? How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good there, sharpshooter. I like your specs.
Yeah, rocking my Rennie showers. Renishaw from the Renishaw guys from Machine South Africa. I just saw
your
them
penis
now.
shields glasses?
Yes. Well, dude, I don't know if you know about Rennie shower. Chinese
Rennie
copy
shower?
of Rennie
No.
Shower. Yeah, no. Legitimately.
Really?
Same font, called Rennie shower as their branding. For
I like this.
Yeah. The guys were quite offended, the Rennie Shaw guys, because we showed them a video at Machine South Africa. But like literally same font, same like part numbers, OMP 40, but by Rennie shower.
Nice.
Which is,
nice.
China being China.
Yeah, like pick any name. Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I guess they're going to fool the people that they need to fool. I don't know.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like it's, I don't know. I think the Chinese stuff's not entirely horrible, but it's the support is where those kind of companies shine. Like
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's all about customer support.
Actually, speaking of customer support, I sent out a quote for that smart lathe, the
Yes.
Swiss, just to see what it was.
Yes.
So it came out at 49,000 US,
Okay,
which
it
is
is a Swiss.
rather insane for a proper, quote unquote proper Swiss machine. But yeah, like you said, you're paying for the lack of support. You're not paying for the support,
Yes.
whatever you want to see it. So
You
yeah,
said it was 49.
Yep.
That's about on par with what that it's a little bit more than the machine that they had at Machine South Africa from that other company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a 32 millimeter with bar feeder. But yeah, speaking of lathes, I sold a lathe, I bought a lathe. It's been an interesting week. It's been interesting since Thursday.
The
I
lathe
found this
karma's
lathe.
stayed level.
It stayed level for now. I found the machine on Thursday. I was on site changing out motors and drives. Speaking of, we need to come back to the closed loop steppers that are retarded. We'll loop back to that a bit later. I'm just going to actually make a note because it's fucking insane. Anyway, so I was there and they had brought in a Deckel 4-axis horizontal machine and a Haas TL lathe. So I was like, I want to see this TL lathe. I want to see what year it's from and whatnot. Might have someone who's interested in buying one. I walk into their other shop and I'm like, what is the story with this lathe? And they're like, oh no, we bought it. The batteries weren't changed or parameters got lost at some point. So it just got unplugged and put in a corner. Machine's still in good condition or pretty good condition. I was there today and pulling some covers back. I'm going to gut the Fanuc controls out of it and servos. Can probably sell the servo amplifiers for more than I'm paying for the machine.
Yeah, I bet because I was retrofitting my hard and
they are working.
buying the amps was the most expensive. Yeah.
So they don't have the parameters are wiped. So the amplifiers still work, the servos still work, the controller still works, just has no parameters on it. So I'm going to gut that out. I've reached out to a few local Fanuc guys. I'm like, just make me an offer. Like you can pick it up at a steal. I don't really care. Any money I recoup is money I recoup on the budget of the project. So
and this is
I don't want to have to list the stuff on eBay myself.
No, totally. And this is a lathe you just like magically found. Like this isn't the one you were sussing out with that guy in the back wings. Okay, this is just we just came across it.
This is from the same people I bought the MCO from. So I've done some work for them, and I bought the MCO from them. Retrofitted a machine in January, but we reused the motors that were on the machine, and I think the permanent magnets got demagnetized over time. It's what looks to be a 12 Newton meter stepper, except you grab the handle like gently and it stops. So, I was like, you need to replace these motors. So they paid me to put closed loop steppers on it. So I was there on Thursday doing that, and then Have well, you haven't really played with closed loop steppers, but yeah, they're not meant to skip steps.
Yeah,
That's the whole
well,
point.
close. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
guess what I think it's the HBS 860H drives do?
What's
They
that?
power on, they twitch the
Yeah.
motor. If they don't get the correct encoder feedback, they ignore the encoder and run in open loop mode.
Oh, that's
So then
useful.
they don't fault if they fucking pick up an error. It's
Right. Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
and then, doing a bunch of reading, trying to find manuals, trying to figure out, it's like, oh no, it's if there's an encoder issue, it just run. I'm like, no, the whole point is if it skips a step, it must alarm out. So I've got
Yeah.
replacement drives on order. I'll just reuse the motors and just put new drives on. The stupid ones,
Mhm.
the HSP 86Hs, not 860Hs, and that should solve the problem. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
insane. Uh, Took me, like, I went there, I was there on Thursday, ran into that issue, messed around for a bit, discovered the lathe, then went back on Friday to go try some other fixes, like open the back of the motor, check the encoder wiring to just make sure it's plugged in properly. Seems to be plugged in properly. Basically, tried all versions of the A and B signals to just see if it would fix itself. And then
Mm-hmm.
took some more pictures of the lathe, and then realized I don't have accurate measurements of the lathe. So I was there again this morning to go measure things again and show Danica the lathe. And then I pulled back one of the way covers, and some of the lube lines are broken, which is a bit annoying. But I was going to redo them anyway.
Yeah, I'd say probably
Like
check all that
there's,
anyways. If it's
yeah, I wasn't going to leave it alone. But yeah, the ways it's boxway lathe, there's nowhere. Like I can't see anywhere on it. There's
oh,
no grooves
nice.
worn into it or any shit like that. The ball screws look to be in really good condition. So yeah, I think might have got myself. Still got a Kitagawa collar chuck on it. I looked that up, and that's worth more than the machine, more than what I'm paying for the
Nice.
machine just for the collar chuck. So yeah, I think I got myself a killer deal there, and it comes with a
Nice.
bar
And does
feeder,
it?
which I have nowhere to put.
Ooh, how big a bar feeder?
Looks like a 4 foot bar feeder.
Oh, I want one of
So
those. I want just a little
it's
baby one.
gonna it's just gonna get put somewhere for now and stored until I have space for it. I'm busy
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to rearrange the workshop because everything needs to move, like everything,
Yeah.
and I need to get rid
Is
of
it?
the table.
Is it like a turret lathe? Like
Gang lathe
what? Gang lathe? Okay, cool. Nice.
for now.
For now.
For now, the retrofit I've already laid out all the IO for it, and I'm leaving provision for the MCO style turret controls. So if I
Okay.
want
Okay.
to build a turret, I can build a turret and all the IO is there already.
Is it big enough? Like, is the travel long enough for like gang use for you? Like,
Yeah, no, it'll be fine. So I'm
no.
planning. One of my
Okay.
things is doing a Lang Gang plate. So that was
A lang
Norman's
gang.
idea. He mentioned it to me on Friday. He's always wanted
It's a
to
good
make
idea.
a gang block on a Lang plate. Like you drop it and it repeats. So I was like, damn it. So what I'm going to do is my recurring work. I'm going to spend a little bit more time and effort and make proper gang blocks with just those tools in. That I drop onto the Lang block. Once all those tool offsets are set, I can touch off the first tool and know that the rest are on the right place. So
That's a good
it
idea.
makes
Yeah.
changeover quick. It requires a little bit more front end work to get everything properly designed and made because obviously your U drill is longer than whatever else you've got in there. So you want to set them all that there's coplanar. So the tips of the tools are all coplanar.
Right.
A
Right.
little bit of planning and forethought, and that's not super hard to do. And
Yeah.
if I make those blocks out of 70-75, they'll last long enough that I'm not too concerned.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. No doubt. Yeah.
quite exciting. It's also
Oh, that's
got
awesome.
the world's biggest cabinet. I'm considering just using it as a fridge because it's got a chiller on it and just fucking use it as a fridge. Like there's so much extra space. It's not even funny. We're there today and I was looking, I'm like, okay, cool, I rip these drives out. I'm going to put all the high voltage stuff right at the back. And then there's a cordoned off section where the relay module was from the Fanuc controller. I'm literally going to put
Mhm.
my controller in there so that it's got some separation. And then I've still got space, like just open space in the cabinet. But it's not
And
worth ripping the cabinet off and then buying another cabinet. Like I may as well just leave it there.
and maybe you said, is that replacing your MCO or Bertha?
Bertha.
Okay. Okay.
So
I knew that was
Bertha.
on the way out. So, yeah.
So you remember the lathe module that that I've been making since February? That bolts
The
onto a
lathe
manual
mod.
lathe
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
converts
Yeah.
it to
Yeah. Yeah.
Bertha got sold to that customer.
Oh, sick. Okay.
I haven't
Nice.
finished that yet. And I was like, hey, come talk to me. Bertha's for sale. Because he said to me, if I ever sell Bertha, I must let him know. And we discussed a
Okay.
price back then. And yeah, Bertha's going out the door for a bit more, well, a lot more than I put into her. But we don't count labor. So yeah, as it all stands, I should come out of it in the positive after retrofitting the
Nice.
new lathe. So yeah, fucking bonus.
Sick. Yeah. And
But
you're
yeah,
saying Bertha's showing like a little bit of wear. So
a little bit of weird. So the guy was here and he's like, yeah, he was asking me a bunch of questions about the machine. He's like, just trying to make sure I'm not trying to sell my shit to him. I'm like, no, dude. I'm selling you this
yeah.
because when I retrofitted, I did it on a super tight budget, and like the spindle motor needs to be bigger on this machine. I didn't have the budget to do it. It works. It's perfectly functional. It's made thousands of parts. It just takes too long to spin up and down. And there's just small things. I want a smaller lathe. I don't need a machine that can swing 300 with only a 3 kilowatt spindle. Like, yeah, it's kind of dumb. And he was like, could he replace the drive? I'm like, yeah, by all means. Take the machine, use it. If you've got the funds, buy the drive and motor. I'll integrate it for you. I don't mind. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's relatively simple. So yeah, had him here, and then he was like, "Is there any questions um, that he hasn't asked?" And I was like, "Yeah, the big one is why are you selling the machine? Like that's always the thing you need to ask the guys. Like, why are you
Mm-hmm.
selling the machine? Is it because it isn't working for you? Is it because it's a hot piece of garbage? Like, what is the reason for selling?" And yeah, I was like, "I'm selling it because I want something different. I'm bored. I want a new machine."
Yeah, sure.
I've been
Yeah.
wanting to replace Bertha for like a year. The big issue with Bertha is one of our production jobs that we run. Um, it requires Danica to stand there for 8 hours a day, and in that we can
Mm.
do 120 pieces. And the reason that we run is that limit is I can't push hard enough to break a chip. So I don't have the RPM and I don't have the enough horsepower to actually break a chip reliably. So I end up with these strings, and then you've got to clear them every 2 or 3 parts. Now, hopefully, well, pretty certainly, we will be able to run it nearly 3 times as hard because it's a 5.5 kilowatt servo on the spindle, and we'll be able to actually break a chip. So yeah, we
Nice,
should be able
nice.
to run it automatically.
Sick. Cool.
Yeah, that's the
That's good,
plan at
man.
least. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
exciting as hell. Um, yeah, so I'm reusing the Fanuc servo motor that's on the spindle. I pulled the cover,
Uh,
took a picture of the Fanuc servo motor, sent a picture to my mates who also does retrofits this side of the world. And I was like, hey,
mhm.
what VFD do I need to run this? Because I know he's done this. He's run Fanuc motors on VFDs before. And he's
Okay.
like,
I see
oh,
what you
no,
mean.
you
Yeah.
just need a 4 kilowatt, 200 volt VFD. I'm like, sweet. I have one on my friend's bandsaw. I'm going to
Hmm.
probably put a 5.5 kilowatt VFD on it because it is a 3.7/5.5. So I'm just going to put the bigger one on rather run on the. Although, yeah, there's trade offs because now you can pull more amps. So, yeah, we will see. I have the 4
Cool.
kilowatt VFD already, so I'm going to go fetch it from my friend and see how that performs. And then if it's taking too long, I'll put a 5.5 kilowatt VFD on it.
Nice. No, I
Yeah,
think it'd be a good fit for your work you're doing. Like you said, no
yeah.
use spinning up all the iron if you're
Well,
not
exactly.
making
This thing's
use of it.
spindle
Yeah.
is probably half the weight.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the actual spindle itself is probably about half the weight. Um, yeah, and it's cool. I can do 100 millimeter max turning diameter. Allegedly, I call bullshit. It's 300 because that's when you start hitting the way cover. Um, like that is the actual clearance is to the way cover, not to the table. You just hang your tool off the front.
Right.
So in a
Yeah.
pinch, I can do dumb things. I'm gonna probably buy a 5-inch hydraulic chuck for it as well that I can swap between because I do need a hydraulic chuck for some of the stuff I do. I do some 80 by 8 or 80 diameter by 80 long pieces every now and
Hmm.
again, and yeah, it'll be nice to have a. I actually want a manual chuck, but getting a 2-5 manual chuck is not the easiest thing to come across.
Hmm. Yeah. Fair.
So yeah, I might find an adapter plane and just go to the Harbour Freight Oaks and buy a cheap chuck. Although I do like
Yeah.
bolt-on jaws, they are nice because then you can do soft jaws. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's the endeavor there. Been planning all the Linux stuff. We'll come back to discussing EtherCAT and Step in Direction later. What's been going on in your world? Because I've been talking now for
Uh,
15 minutes.
I have been logging way too much time into this PC build that I'm working on. I've just been like geeking out on that stupid hardcore. I ordered all the parts. They're already
Yeah.
coming to me and I'm still learning, which is always a bad idea. Like
Yes.
do the research first, then order parts. Because if you order parts, then do research, you're like, oh shit, I've made grave mistakes. Not grave mistakes, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, I realized like I bought the Ryzen 9 CPU, which is just so overkill for what I want to do. And if you're just gaming, don't even worry about the Ryzen 9 series because like they're
Oh,
just
the
you don't need
farthest
them.
one.
Like they're like there's no reason to have like 12, 16 cores at like 5.4
Yeah.
gigahertz or like it. But if you're doing rendering, like I like to sometimes mess around with Blender and Fusion, and that's where all the cores start coming into play. Where like they're like, okay, we'll use all 12 of your cores to do renders, and like video processing. That's where that stuff comes in. So that's why I bought it. But it also means when I read the spec sheet, I'm like, oh, it's 170 watt output CPU, so I'll just get a cooler that can cool
Yeah.
170 watts. And it's like, no, it's 170 watts like when it's just chugging along. But like Ryzen, their CPU line, basically they'll overclock until they hit their limit of temperature. So
They'll
so they can pull
overclock
like
to what their thermal headroom is.
so they can almost pull what you can get out of like your motherboard AM5 socket. Like they can almost pull the maximum power out. So I'm like, oh no. So like they'll pull 200 plus watts
Yeah.
if they can, which is a lot of heat to dissipate. So I'm
You
like,
bought
okay, well now I have to.
a 360 all-in-one unit, didn't you?
I had an all-in-one, and then I didn't want the complication of an all-in-one, so I just bought a beefy air cooler.
What
Um,
beefy air cooler did you buy?
it wasn't beefy enough. It's just like a tower, like a
Yeah, like a tower cooler.
240 millimeter fan cooler. Yeah, it's okay for 170 watts.
Is it a
But
brand
it's
name one, or is it like some from Harbour?
yeah,
What is it? Deep Cool?
ZNXT or ZNXT
Oh,
is the
okay.
one I wanted because they match the fan. Anyways,
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna buy
100%.
a
You got
yeah.
to match the
I think
fans.
I'm gonna end up getting like a big Noctura or something.
Yeah,
I'm either gonna get a monster air cooler.
NH1400 or whatever.
Yeah,
NH14.
or
That is the way to go. NH14, the best cooler
yeah,
you can get as far as air goes. I mean, I'm running the stock cooler on my PC in the workshop, and it does the thing, but it's
yeah.
on the
I
list
mean,
of upgrades.
well, that's the thing is like I can get that Noctura NH14, and I think that's it's like $140 here or something like that,
Yeah,
which is like the price of a cheap all-in-one like water cooler.
except
But
it won't leak.
then you have all the pain in the ass of a water cooler. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just go with a stupid large air cooler and just
I
never
had a
worry
water
about it
cooling
again.
set up in a PC, and then it leaked
Yeah, but you
after
had like
about
proper.
5 years.
Did
It
you do like
leaked.
a proper like you had a reservoir and
No, I
everything?
had a reservoir.
Or was it?
And then I
Oh,
bought
I don't
all
know.
in one, cut the pipes off, and shoved the pipes into the tubing. And it
Okay,
worked, dude.
okay.
It was flawless for like 5 years or 6 years. It ended up going to my mate's house for a few months, coming back. Then one day in the workshop, I was like, what's that? Oh, shit. Fucking one of the pipes started leaking. Even
Yeah,
my other mates, he's got it all in one. It leaked. He's like, that's it. He's done. Air cooler. If you
yeah.
don't
Like
need
I
the
don't.
performance, just stick to air. It's way
Yeah,
easier.
and that's the thing is like I'm kind of on the razor edge of like what you can get away on air cooling, but they keep making better air coolers. So like, and I
Yeah.
mean these air coolers are huge. Like it's
Yeah.
probably 8 inches by 8 inches by like they're monster air cooler. Maybe not quite that big, but like they're not
Yeah.
like your
No,
little like fist size heatsink. It's like holy Christ, that thing's the size of a a
yeah.
two four loaves of bread.
You use it to cool your fridge down.
Absolutely. But then you think about it, like, yeah, your graphics card's putting out 500 watts of heat, your
Yeah.
CPU's 200 watts of heat, your power supply, like, there's a lot of heat in these units. So,
Yeah, well, there's a
anyway,
lot of compute power going on these days for silly things.
yeah. So I'm just kind of nickel and diming myself to death slowly by just like, okay, well,
Um,
and then of course it has to be pretty. So then I'm buying the pretty
Obviously,
parts. And it's
pretty is more
stupid.
important than functional. Um,
Absolutely.
have you seen Fusion's update now that uses your GPU for simulation?
I think I read a little bit about that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to read a bit more about it because it looks spiffy and I run into limitations very quickly.
Mm,
Although I don't have a
yeah.
graphics card in my daily driver work PC. I'm using
Mm,
the
yeah.
Ryzen 5600G, which has onboard Vega graphics, and it works. I just,
Mm.
yeah, I can notice the difference on big assemblies. If I come inside and use my whopping 1050 Ti versus that, I can notice the difference. But generally, day to day, I don't see a difference.
Yeah. And like, I probably should have spent a little less money on the CPU and more money on the GPU, but
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I bought I think a 40. How did I buy a 40
You bought a
60
5060.
Ti or 5060 Ti?
Yeah. That's
I
a
think
decent card.
5060 Ti.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like the next step up
Enough.
was like double the price. So I'm like, it's gonna be fine for my needs. So
And also,
Yeah.
computers are silly expensive these days.
Oh yeah, like this is a quote. Like I mean, it's a pretty beefy build, but it was $3,000 Canadian, like in short order. Like, and that's I cheaped out on a lot of things. Like I could have easily pushed that over 5 grand without even
Well,
trying.
I mean, my
So
PC, my mate Dave was here. His PC is a little outdated. Um, we looked up what I paid for the PC in my office. I paid, I think it's a $550 PC. It's not even that
yeah,
expensive, and it does
no,
the
yeah,
thing. He's looking now at just replacing. I'm like, your CPU is a tad outdated, so we're looking at getting him a 5600 GT as a stopgap till he gets a decent graphics card, because I think his card's a little older as well.
mm-hmm.
But again, he's not doing like, yeah, giant models in Fusion. His PC's just getting a little bit sluggish, and he's noticing it.
Yeah, and
And
that's
then
like
we're gonna put two 27-inch monitors on his PC,
sick.
1440p monitors.
Well, that's the thing is like I'm trying to buy for like between the 5 and 10 year span of life,
Yes.
which is why I kind of overbuy at the start because like yeah, 12 cores isn't needed right now, but in 5 years it's going to be commonplace for everything. So it's like, well, just get it
Um,
now.
I'm literally still using my gaming PC from 2011 to run my laser cutter. The only
Yeah,
reason I stopped playing
yeah.
games on it was because it didn't support the anti cheat when I was playing
Oh,
relatively competitively. Because it was an AMD Phenom X6. Just they were like, screw you. There's like 6 of these in the world. We're not supporting it. And then I
yeah,
went
no,
to Ryzen 3400 that I built when I started JSpec Engineering. I built that as my daily driver PC, and then
hmm
I think I sold it to someone, and now I've got a R5 upstairs and a 5500G downstairs.
yeah,
But I mean, the only
yeah,
reason to swap out a PC is if it's like horribly out of date.
yeah, and like I mean,
And with
the
Windows
laptop that I'm
11
currently
being forced upon us,
that's my main
yeah,
thing is like if it wasn't being forced upon us, I would probably just continue to use this laptop because like it does everything I need it to do, especially with the the gobs of RAM I put into it and a solid state drive. But like it's gonna like it's just Fusion is gonna get pissy with it. I just like
yeah,
I rely on this. Like if I can't use this, I'm hosed. And the fact that like if this computer ever blows up, I'm screwed. Like I have no other computer here that has enough power to run the things I need daily. So I'm like, that's all I'll
yeah.
justify this.
Yeah, you can always find a way to justify it. I mean, I've got a slow ass
Yeah.
laptop that in a pinch will work. And when my old work laptop died, I literally went back to my gaming PC for like 2 or 3 weeks while I built my new PC. And it'll run
Right.
Fusion no problem, but yeah, I'd prefer not to be using it as the daily driver. It's just a bit sluggish and everything else. Because I think that thing
Mm.
caps out at like 2.8 gigahertz
Oh
turbo
yeah,
of the
that's a
cores. Because that back then
yeah.
that was freaking insane. Now it's
Yep.
like, oh, cool. We're just idling at like 3.2 gigahertz, and we'll boost
That
up to
blew my
5.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No,
blew
I
my
remember
mind when I
when Intel
realized
first crossed that. Then when they first crossed 5 gigahertz, it was like, ugh, and now the Ryzen chips just do it for fun.
I know. I can't believe that. Like I bought the last time I was looking at PCs it was like 3 gigahertz. You're like, hoo, hoo,
Yeah.
hoo, we are spinning. It's like, no, 5.4, 5.7. You're like,
No, I mean,
holy mac,
I think
it's
the first
crazy.
Intel chip to go 5 gigahertz, the guys were running it with a cryo rig. So running
Yeah,
liquid
yeah,
nitrogen to
yeah,
cool it to get it stable enough to hover at 5 gigahertz. And now just
yeah.
the Ryzen chips do it like, I think I saw one going up to like nearly 6 gigahertz. It's insane.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it turns out we're
So
both computer nerds.
oh, it's fun. It's I
Yeah.
mean it kind of pairs with our hobby because like a lot of our
Oh,
software
100%.
is a little heavy on like computers. So it's like you're gonna get something and
Well,
then you just start going down
I
the
still
rabbit
want to
hole.
get myself RG557, except now my budget's all pointing towards retrofit for now.
Ah, yeah, fair, fair,
Yeah.
fair. Yep.
So is my YouTube history. It was quite
Yeah.
entertaining. I saw a thing, a guy
Well,
spent $900 on a PC for a retrofit. I'm like, are you on drugs, friend? Like, you're running the Acorn software. You can do that on literally your toaster. Like,
yeah,
what
no
the
doubt. Yeah,
hell?
yeah.
Who spends $900 on a PC for a retrofit? He spent more on retrofitting a little bench mill than I spent on Bertha, including buying Bertha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. People are silly sometimes. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, uh,
So what do we
oh
got?
yes. Did you see I made the Jang plate? The
Yes, your
purple,
giant one?
yeah, the 7075 one, with the beautiful grub
Yes.
screws. That when I
Yes.
tightened it to
Yes.
the fourth axis, it flexed and the holes don't line up. So
Which way is
literally,
it? I was trying to figure
so
out which way is
if I
flexing.
take an anchor point with expensive pull studs, ka-chunk,
Yeah.
ka-chunk, pen, pineapple, pen, perfect fit. If I
Okay.
bolt it to the fourth axis, so when I designed it, I made the pocket deeper so that it would always reference the back face, because that I could kind of
Gotcha.
guarantee perpendicularity or parallelism. Sorry. When I torque it down, the whole plate flexes and the holes don't line up anymore.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I've got the big wheel of justice that was on the fourth axis. I need to just make a setup to throw it in the mill off the nub in the middle, drill some holes, then I'm going to give it to one of my customers and say, please surface grind this for me, parallel, and then I'll put it back on the fourth and drill some more holes in the jang and bolt the jang onto it.
Okay. I thought on the Jang plate, I thought the little grub screws were somehow flexing and
Oh,
not
no,
playing
no.
nice. But the whole plate itself
The
bolting to
whole
your
plate
fourth
is
axis
actually
is
flexing, yeah.
that's like, and it's like what, almost what, 15,
It's an
19
inch
mils
thick.
thick.
No, it's an
Oh, yeah,
inch thick.
19 mil though. Yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
that's thick, and it's aluminum. So I
well,
mean,
20, I think it's 26 mils in total. It's fucking thick. And it's 70
yeah,
75. It's not 60 82. Like, yeah.
sure,
So, anyway, it's when I unbolted it, it all went back to normal, back together perfectly. So, I'm just going to bolt it to a flat plate and that will solve that problem. Which means
that's a
my
good
fourth
idea.
is not being used currently, but we will get there.
Or you can take the hacky approach that I used on my mill and just put a bunch of like JB Weld in there, bolt it lightly, let it set, and then crank it down.
Jeez.
then
That is super
you're
savage. I like it.
then it's gonna be it'll be perfect. It'll make
Perfect.
perfect
Perfectly
contact.
matched. Yeah. And so I'm going to put that steel plate on. I'm going to drill a bunch of holes to suit a bunch of other 0 points as well. So 52 millimeter and off the shelf, like one of the silver CNC ones. Just find out whatever their hole pattern is. When I'm poking holes, I'm just going to poke all the holes. That way, when I change or whatever I do, I've got options.
That's a good
But yeah,
idea.
I was a little bit annoyed. Also, the front of the grub screws are starting to deform already when you tighten them.
The little
The
brass
brass
ones.
ones. Yeah, but they meant
Mhm.
to. They meant to not mar the pins. So yeah, I was
Right. Yeah.
machining
Yeah.
T40 Torxes with a 1 millimeter end mill. With a one
Cute.
millimeter single flute, because that's all I have in stock currently.
Ooh,
Yeah,
a router
I need
boy.
to order. I actually need to order tomorrow because I've got a job arriving that requires a 1 millimeter two flute, and I don't want it to take twice as long to do that operation. So
Yeah.
I need
Fair.
to buy new ones. Yeah, they said they want 200 things, so throw the mooring point pallet on and rock through their stuff in like a day.
Nice.
It's great fun. But yeah, so I finally got around to putting the Harbour into my machine. I was actually quite impressed with how little disgustingness was under the old riser, because that riser had been on the machine for a year and a half. And
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, pretty good. Like there was a little bit of surface rust on the top of the chamfer of the T slots. But other than
Okay.
that, it was fine. I sprayed it down with some WD-40, wiped it, and yeah, table had a bit of staining. Took that off with a stone quickly, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. And then put
Did you
the Harbour in.
when you put the aluminum plate down, did you have anything like? Did you like
I put
LPS or did
WD-40
you
between them
just W40? Cool.
because
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
well, it's tool in a can, same shit.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I put that in between. I always do whenever I put anything on the table, just as rule of thumb. It makes it slide nicely as well. But yeah, then I put the Harbour down with the Harbour link plate. The Harbour link plate has got 5 micron tolerance between the bores and the pins, so they're nice and
Nice.
they locate. Dropped it down, squared up that plate, took it off, and then I probed all the work coordinates.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
in the middle, and then actually I didn't post the picture. I posted a story about it earlier. Anyway, I broke G57 today because I forgot to change to G54 before reprogramming a job. But luckily, on that specific dial hole or pin, I've got G57, G107, and sorry G507 and G508 on that one pin. Then the one
Mm,
behind it is G517 and 518, then 527 and 528. So I've got a backup on every single pin. So I can just go and basically jog in place and set the position again. But it lets me do patterning and fusion by saying spacing of 10 work coordinate sets, which should be pretty straightforward to do. And then today I was doing stuff on 527, G527 work offsets. I was
nice.
machining those PTFE parts on the 5-inch square pallets
Those are cute. Yeah, I like those.
with
I
a
like those.
million of those freaking clamps. Those clamps took me like 2 hours to machine this morning because
That's a
it's
lot.
20 minutes for 5, and yeah, I had to make 25 of them. but they work like magic. I was actually having
Oh yeah.
failures on the other pallet that I have the expanding TPU. That was actually failing. So I'm thinking of taking those pallets and doing half the parts one way, half the parts the other way, and just reprogramming the whole thing. So I run 6 at a time and I've got 2 pallets. But I don't think I'll be
Mm.
able to swap the parts as fast as the machine can machine them. Because
Okay.
right
Yeah.
now, running 12 op ones and 12 op twos, I can just manage to reload both pallets by the time it finishes.
Nice. I mean,
Like yeah, it's quick. It's PTFE.
yeah.
Yeah, machine 50 of those for the annoying customer. So those will go off tomorrow, and then hopefully I can actually get some proper orders out of those clowns.
Nice. 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 Nice.
Because yeah, they're
That's
still dragging their feet.
that's good. Yeah, seeing all those on your machine, just like I was like,
It looks really
I
cool.
gotta bite the bull. I gotta bite the bull. It looks
Well,
cool,
I
and I'm like,
put
I could see that being so useful.
yeah. You know what problem I did run into? Two
So,
4-inch vices are not light.
oh, fair enough. And then put that on
Yeah,
a plate. Yeah.
so I put that on a plate, so a 25 millimeter plate, so like a 1-inch thick plate.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the size was, but yeah, taking it in now, it's not horrible. It's just it's fucking hefty. That I think
Yeah.
it was. I put it in the machine this morning, so I took out my self-centerings and some spaces, put that in, did one job, took it out, put my self-centerings back in for something else. I swapped it in and out the machine like 4 times today, but
Nice.
it takes all of 30 seconds to swap it in and out. Like it takes you longer
Yeah.
to wipe the stuff down to do the swap out than to actually do the swap out. So
That's sick.
pretty.
That's good.
Oh yes, I was saying the Harbour link plate, 5 micron tolerance. When I probed all the pins, they
Hmm.
varied by up to like 40 microns. Their position.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Why?
you've got 5 microns of over 80 millimeters. When you get out over here, it's
Oh,
over there.
okay. I see. Yeah. I see
Yeah,
what you mean. Okay.
but
Yeah.
it makes no difference. Like everything's machined in situ, it really makes no real significant difference. Like if I ever pull them off the table and I put them back on, I'll put my vices on and check my vices are trammed and adjust them accordingly
Yeah.
because that would be the biggest concern. The rest is really inconsequential.
Well, just
Because most of
a
my
cool,
stuff, yeah,
I say a cool study and showing how like
yeah,
a little deviation here is a big deviation out there.
yeah, that's a huge deviation out there. Like I was like, okay, what's going on? Oh no, wait, okay, cool. We're like 3 times the distance, so like a 20 micron shift is kind of well within the expected tolerance.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I need to still make the vacuum chuck finished because I made a 380 by 380 vacuum chuck that goes on there
Hmm.
as well because I
Hmm.
could. Like it'll be useful for doing plate work, so I just made one while I was at it,
Yeah.
as one does.
I I never have plate work, but I also have like I have a bunch of aluminum plates. Like I usually just cut whatever out of it. And I'm
Yeah,
like, "Oh, it would be nice to have something where I can just like pluck and just like use it like I used my old router in the back. Like,
yeah,
you know, the old router days, like I just screw it to the table and cut it. It's like I want
yeah.
something like that for my mill where I just plonk it in and be like, okay,
Oh, super
make
glue
me a part
fixture.
real quick. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I would do. Is just a giant super glue
So
fixture. Yeah.
yeah, like I've got super glue pallets that I just haven't finished machining. I've machined the blanks. I just need to machine the super glue side because I want to put like cool patterns and shit so the glue can run out. Because if you don't, you end up with air bubbles and shit. So you put tracks in
Mm.
it that it's still got decent contact, but when you press it down, the glue has somewhere to go.
Mm, okay.
That makes for
Okay. Yeah.
a much better bond. But yeah, I've
Interesting.
been playing games with the fancy anchor point setup.
Yeah, it looks
Okay,
nice. It looks nice.
let me quickly call out all of our fancy Patreons who make the wheels on the podcast go round and round. Yeah, thank you
Yay.
to all the patrons. They get the after show where we discuss fancy things. No idea what we're talking
Hmm.
about today, but I'm sure it'll be fancy. And then shout out to all of our top tier patrons: Jade from Benchmark 20, Luke from Fantastic, AJ from Subtract Manufacturing, uh, EJ from Nocturnal Welding, and Jason S. Um, AJ, I don't know if you can listen to this before with Intolerance that I'm on, but yeah, there's a surprise there for you. I was on with Intolerance on Wednesday. I'm waiting for the episode to come out. Should be quite exciting. Very excited to see what I've had to say on the podcast. But yeah, Dylan and I had a nice long chat, so it should be a very interesting episode to listen to.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, oh yes, Curt and I are both wearing fancy t-shirts. And if you want to pick up a fancy t-shirt for yourself, you can find that at jspeceng.com. Or you can find a link to it on the lonemachinists.com. We'll link through to the merch store, and you can find the shirts that my lovely wife has designed. Yeah. I've got a sharp as a marble shirt now.
Yeah, mine are all.
I think I'm
mine
going to wear
are-
that tomorrow on Wednesday for the quiz night,
Oh yeah.
just to rub it in that we win every week. I'm a
Yeah,
little
I
savage.
try to relegate mine to the shop because the only other place I go is daycare, and it kind of feels weird walking around with some of these shirts at daycare. So I'm like, I keep these for shop shirts.
It's super classy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
it's
actually had
like what
someone at
is?
quiz night
Yeah.
comment on my face mill shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I was like, yep. It was great.
Yeah, I got this. Yeah, the G84 till she M8s, but I think I want to change it from like because I want to change it to Peck Cycle
Oh,
instead
it's
of because
G83, yeah.
G83.
I
Let's
saw
be
someone with the
serious. Yeah.
shirt like, I'll get Danica to make a different version of it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, she can change it relatively easily.
Yeah.
She has some plans afoot for next year, September, with regards to the shirts, like bringing back
Oh.
all shirts for the month before IMTS.
Oh, that's a good idea, and people can pick and choose. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, every 3 months there's new designs, and there's only 5 days of IMTS, 6 days.
That is true. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's true.
I'm just going. My
I
plan
was
is to take a spare shirt every day and then just change in the bathroom quickly. 2 shirts per day. Skills.
skills. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
bring one shirt and only wear that the whole time, and then auction it off at the end. Real IMTS sweat. Yeah.
Yeah, flip. Um, so what did you do to your ID tools, Good?
So on this, I actually wish I had the part. Oh, it's behind me. I can't reach it. It's just like a little titanium part that I'm making. It actually goes in the center of this little fidget
Ah,
widget thing I'm making.
your fidget spinner.
To make it, to make it spin because one thing it doesn't do is spin. So I have bearings, and it's just annoying part to make. But it involves a deep bore, deep in the land of diameter. It's not like it's only like half-inch deep, but it's like long and small diameter. So I have to stick a boring bar way in there, and it just, anyways, it just, I didn't think about it, but it just crammed up with chips. Like the chips couldn't come back out. So I was just watching it cut on the lathe, and I just heard like, clunk, and I was like, oh, that's never a
Oh,
good sound.
expensive sounds. Yeah.
Expensive, yeah, exactly. So you pull out my little micro boring bar, and it's just in pieces. Thankfully, they all stayed in there, so I didn't have a bunch of carbide floating around everywhere. But yeah, it's just like, so anyways, been pissed around with that. I finally got it functioning. It was just like a lot of like same thing talking about like peck drilling cycles. It was just basically like peck turning, like go in, turn a little bit, come out, so I can pull the chips out and then keep going
Yeah.
because I don't want to sit there and baby it. So if I just let it run 5 times longer than it would normally have to run, but I don't have to monitor it. That's a win for me. So yeah. Anyways, I don't like blowing up those tools too often. They're not like they're
No, using the
expensive, but
Micro 100 ones, eh?
Micro 100, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah, okay.
they're not heinously expensive, but it's still like 40-50 bucks a tool. So I just don't want to
Yeah,
kill
those
too many of
heinously
them.
expensive. They're like $6 tools.
Yeah, it's just a little piece of carbide. Like it's
Yeah,
it's
buy
not
from
that
China,
expensive, but
$6.
I probably would. I just they
No,
work so
but
well.
dude,
Like
yeah,
I
they work
just
so well. Don't even mess with it. Like the Micro 100 stuff's really nice. I
like
use
my yeah. I just
pecking on the
never
lathe.
change
I
it.
use it a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it breaks the PTFE into manageable pieces.
That's
Because
true.
otherwise,
Yeah,
you
that's
just end up
true.
with a string. So it's mom, she's like, nee, nee, nee. It's freaking
Yeah.
great. I used to do it in the aluminium, my roughing cycle.
Mm,
When I was when I was doing 2.2 of a millimeter per rev, I was doing that. Now that I'm at
mm.
0.45, it actually breaks a chip.
Yeah,
Like absolute savage mode.
I want what the citizens do, where they do like the high frequency chip breaking.
Yes.
Like that's pretty freaking sick.
Coleman said to me he wrote something to do with the variable spindle speed to prevent resonance. He's got a couple
Mm,
lines of code you can pop in on your Linux CNC controller to do that. It just
interesting.
varies
Interesting.
the um, the spindle speed by like a couple RPM, and it prevents the buildup of resonance.
Mm. Well, thankfully, my Hardenge has enough belts and drag in the system that it auto varies its own spindle speed by like
Yeah,
50 RPMs. Because yeah, it's yeah.
yeah, that's one cool thing with this new lathe is it is direct belt drive like Bertha is, except I've got the OEM servo motor in it still because I'm not stupid anymore,
Oh,
and I know
fair.
better than
Yeah,
to take it out. Like I'm going to be able to do
yeah.
exciting stupid shit. I'm just busy posting a thing on Instagram, Kurt.
Oh,
Yes, because
double
I
teaming
see
here.
what you've done
What have I done?
in
I
the
haven't done
background.
anything. Oh yeah.
Yes, you
you
did
keep
it. So I just
you
posted a picture of that quickly.
Yeah,
Rage baiting the Lone Machinist video watchers. Nice.
yeah.
I
Keep
was very
calling me out for
excited to
not
see. Yeah, I'm excited
for
that
not.
you finally done it.
Well, you
But I'm
laid
not going to
safe.
say
You
what
have
it
to
is.
protect.
Don't say what it is.
No,
Make
I
people go
won't. I won't
look
say
at
it
the
for you.
video. Timestamp 40 minutes in the video. You'll see it. Make them jump through the video as well. Yeah, I saw it earlier. I'm like, that's fucking great. So I'll post it quickly. Yeah, no, dude, fucking deep
Yeah.
holes become a real schlep with shavings, especially like TAS shavings where they tend to be spirally.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like a giant
Why are
spring, yeah,
you
and then nothing happens. So
boring that out?
long short answer. I don't want to change tools. I don't want
Fair
to
enough.
change tools from the setup I have in there. So,
Okay, no, 100%.
yeah.
That is a very valid answer.
And I
Like
also want it like I want it dead square to the
center, yeah.
threads. Like if the drill walked, I want it to be like perfect because there's going to be a long shaft coming through there, and it has to make a small clearance hole. And if it's
Okay,
off, it's going to wobble. So I was like,
yeah,
I want this all in line. So I just, when in doubt, I bore everything. I like rarely drill. I
yeah,
drill for clearance, and then I bore
yeah.
for
You're not
finish and wins.
you're not chasing cycle time. Well, you are,
Not
but
at all.
not to the extent like where you're making 30 cents on a part. It's a
No.
high value part, so you can afford to spend the cycle
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Cycle time is like my last ever concern because
Yeah,
we're talking and nothing is running right now.
yeah.
So it's like I have time. Yeah,
My
I
mother
always have
made some
time.
comments about my machine standing today. I'd gone
Oh
out, I
yeah.
came back, and I was programming something. I'm not going to have the thing sitting on while I program stuff. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather spend 30 minutes programming it than have the thing going pissing freaking air and idling at a kilowatt of power. Like, why? Just let it sit off for
Yeah.
half an hour, turn it on, and then run. Because, yeah,
So
that's the only thing. Yeah.
she just walked into your shop and just chirping
Yeah.
you about not having
Yeah,
your
she told me
machines
she
running.
was asking about our pool motor because the bearing on the pool motor has shut the bed, and I think it's
Oh,
also
okay.
taken out the ceramic seal because we've been getting air in the system and we can't figure out where. And I think the ceramic seal and the bearing have been failing for a while. So
Hmm.
I'm like, cool, let's put a smaller motor so we don't explode the filter because the filter says 0.75 kilowatt max. We've got a 1.1 kilowatt motor there. Also, if it's a smaller motor, I pay less on electricity. So, haha. Yeah, so I've got to source a motor for her now and replace the pool motor because I've got lots of time to do stupid shit like that. I reckon make it a fish pond, then I don't have to go anywhere to go fishing.
That's not a bad idea. It's not a
The
bad
day she
idea.
dies, it becomes a fish pond.
When I
Literally,
lived
the
out in the
day she
country,
dies, I throw a koi in there.
I had a when I lived in the country, grew up in the country, and same thing. My stepdad, we had a pond, and he stocked it, which
Nice.
is awesome because then he could just fly fish on it. It was a big pond.
Yeah.
And then we had a big blue heron that got
Yeah.
wind that we had fish in there, and he just cleaned the pond out over the summer. It was just like call all his friends, be like, "Hey, there's a giant thing with a whole bunch of fish. We can just go and scoop them all up." And yeah, it was cool
There's
watching him. And
a
we built scarecrows and everything. He's like, "What are you doing?" He would just land on the scarecrow. He's like, "I know what's up." It's like, ah, bastard.
there's a YouTube channel, Bama Bass. So built a 5 acre pond on a farm,
Mm.
and
Yep,
he's
yep, yep,
trying
yep.
to grow trying to grow monster bass in there. And he's got some blue herrings that come around every now and again. It's very interesting to watch. Just actually didn't put a video out today. Normally puts in a Monday video. It's part of my Monday routine. And yeah, like his whole thing of growing, and he put rainbow trout in, and they just totally destroyed their bait fish population. And you actually can see
Mm.
because he's logging the fish's weight. There's all tagged. You can see that 6 months where those fish were there, where they had the rainbow trout, all the fish lost weight because there wasn't enough food. Like very, very
Interesting.
interesting to see it in the longer term. Like he's 3 or 4 years in
Right.
now, and yeah, he's got some monsters in there, but he's also prioritizing giant fish over lots of fish. So like
Sure.
they'll
Yeah.
put a call out to their subscribers. Hey, anyone wants fish? If you're nearby, send me a message. We are going to be electroshocking and culling. So we're putting them in cages. Come and fetch. Take them to your own pond if you want them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep the population in check.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
very
fun.
interesting, like whole ecosystem story. Speaking of fishing, I tried to get a piece of plywood today for my boat. So my brother-in-law needed to borrow my truck to go fetch a piece of ceiling board because he's renovating
Mhm.
a house. So I was like, okay, if you put that on the back of the truck, it's going to get broken. I need a sheet of plywood. So I sent Danica a link. I'm like, just take the truck, go with your brother, go buy the stuff that he needs, and go buy me a sheet of plywood. 12
Mhm.
millimeter plywood. She gets back here. I look at this. I'm like, that doesn't look like the picture. Walk around to the back. No, 18 millimeter plywood, which is more expensive, and they charged me for the thin one, so I'm not going to complain. But yeah, a
Sure.
little bit slightly annoyed because I actually wanted to work on my boat, not build shelves in my workshop. So now I've got to go back and buy another sheet of plywood so that I can actually work on my boat because I want to get that sorted because we're now effectively in bass season already.
Oh, the thicker one won't work for your
It'll
needs?
be too heavy. It's more than it needs to be. So I'll
Okay.
get the other one, and then it's a bit lighter, a bit easier to cut. The thicker one I need for shelves anyway, so I'm gonna cut it into shelf pieces for the workshop because I'm on a crusade to put shelves against the wall. Except I never managed to find time to do so because very strange. Some customers want me to do work and they give me money and then expect me to do work. It's absurd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, tomorrow is going to be a busy day. I've got a lot to get done. I was making dovetail fixtures this afternoon. I need to now turn them over, deck the backs off, then put them on their side, slit them with a slitting saw, and then I've got these little 60 by 60 millimeter dovetail fixtures that have a dovetail on each side, designed for running like 20 millimeter square stock, where I slit the parts off from the outsides. So I can get up to it with the slitting saw without crashing. So I'm making two sets of those quickly, and then I had to come make dinner because my wife decided to kick a cactus.
Yeah, that's less than
while
ideal.
moving the sheets of plywood. That's why she did it. She had the plywood and she stood on it and then got a fright and stomped. And I had to dig it out of her feet. It was lots of fun. But anyway, I'm now trying to figure out how to rework my workshop's layout, which is not super easy. As Norman put it on the Taps and Patience Discord, my workshop is a £5 bag with 10 pounds of crap in it. He's like, now it's going to be a £5 bag with 12 pounds of crap. I'm like, incorrect. I'm getting rid of the big lathe. It's going to be a £5 bag with 9 pounds of shit in it. We're moving in the right direction. But there's a table that I just need to straight up get out of the workshop. It's where my grinders are. I'll build stands for the grinders. The table is it's too big. It's 800 millimeters deep and it's 2.4 meters long. I can't put it anywhere. It's too big and too in the way.
It amazes me the quality of stuff that you can build in your shop with the amount of shit that you have everywhere. I'm pretty OCD. I do not like things, and I see your videos and they make me rage. And you make great stuff, so it's it blows my mind because most people that have a lot of stuff around, they make garbage, but you make good stuff. So it's hey, if it works for your brain, roll with it.
That's the thing. It's very much for my brain. Even behind me upstairs here, Dylan saw the cricket. This is Danica's upstairs worker. It looks like fucking Etsy took a shit. There's art and craft stuff everywhere, but it's upstairs, so I only see it when I come to the computer. She can leave it in a fucking mess. I don't care because she's the same. We both tend to be a tad on the ADHD side and finish a project and just leave shit where it is. I need to make a big sign for the workshop. Don't put it down, put it away. Because I'm renowned. I get annoyed with myself when I do it while I'm doing it. I'll go grab the 13 spanner from the mill because I know where it is. I'll go work with it on the lathe, and then I won't go put it back. I'll leave it at the lathe. Then I'll be at the mill. Where the fuck's my spanner? Now I go on a mission to go find my spanner. That one of the things I actually want to do with rearranging the workshop is have more of a cell type situation between the four machines. So the LK, the MCO will be in line, the doors will be in line with the LK, and then the new lathe will be facing the other way, and it'll make a cell, but then I can walk through to the grinding area. So I've been messing around in CAD, trying to figure out, because the issue I've got now, the new machine is a chip conveyor.
Ooh, that's nice.
Ooh, yeah, it's really annoying because you need to make sure you can empty said chip conveyor.
Oh, yeah, fair. If it's not nice.
So it limits the orientations the machine can go in, because I also need about 700 millimeters between the back of the machine and the wall and a wall, so that I can get the spindle liners in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And when your workshop is dinky, it's a bit of a problem. So we'll see. There's plans afoot to have the machine rigged into my driveway. So I've told the guy straight up, I'm buying the machine, do not sell it. If you need money, just tell me, I'll fucking give you money. I'll pay. He was like, you can pay me off, you can retrofit it here and then move it, whatever. We've got quite a long-standing relationship. He's not going to sell it out from under me. So, I was there today. He's like, oh, are you really interested? You got the wife to come and approve? I'm like, no, this is a done deal. I've sold my other lathe already. This is happening. And the plan is now to go back there one more time, strip the Phoenix servo motors out, see what size their frames are, see what adapters I need to make, order the servos in, that when the machine hits my driveway, all the electronics are here. That it's however long it takes me to shove them in the machine. It's not, okay, now I'm waiting 3 weeks for a servo motor kind of story.
Right, yeah.
But that is now something that we need to discuss. I need your opinion, Curt.
Happy to provide.
Do I go EtherCAT or do I go step and direction?
For lathes? I mean, my heart says EtherCAT, but are you going to gain anything for it?
I don't know how much of a ball ache it's going to be to get it to work.
Yeah.
That's my big concern.
Especially for a retrofit. I mean, step and direction is cheap enough. Just roll with that and then go EtherCAT if you need in the future.
So there is a set of drives I'm looking at that are EtherCAT compatible, but also have step and direction pins. So, because there's one set I'm looking at that are really nice. They don't have step and direction pins. They have 8 digital outputs and 8 digital inputs on the front of the drive and EtherCAT. So control is EtherCAT, and you can read those digital IOs. Because with the EtherCAT drives, you can also hook your home switch into the drive and say, drive, go home yourself. And it will home itself, and then say to Line XC, hey, I'm home. Line XC, I'm home. This is my position.
Gotcha.
Or absolute, all the ones I'm speccing are absolute encoders as well. So it will just turn on and know where it is. But that requires EtherCAT. So my plan now is, first thing is get the servo drives in. I've got the Raspberry Pi. I've got all the stuff. I can start getting that set up on a workbench and just playing with it till I can see if I can get it to work. If I can't get it to work, I've got all the breakout boards for the 7C81s, and I can just go that route.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still going to use all the I/O on the 7C81s just because it's easy to interface with. But then, I really want to go EtherCAT. I'm just so worried about how many months I'm going to spend getting it working because, as usual, there is no documentation.
Yeah, I
was chatting to Norman about it. He's like, it's a bastard to get working, but once it's working, you won't look back.
Well, yeah, of course, but you could, if it's going to take you months, you might be able to just do it on the cheap first, and like you said, a temporary solution.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like the drives I was looking at, they support they support EtherCAT, but they've also come pre-configured to run with step and direction. Step and direction and 10-volt analog. It comes pre-configured. It's a 23-bit absolute encoder on it as well, which is kind of cool. Stupid accurate. Just looking now, it comes with it literally you can run it either way. So they come with step and direction. There was a note in the thing about how to configure it for either options. So I will probably I don't know. And servos are so cheap these days, it's hilarious. You cannot buy closed loop steppers and power supplies for the price of a AC servo. Yeah,
no, exactly. I wouldn't put anything but servos on builds from now on, unless I was trying to really cheap out.
I want all 20 meters of my rapids.
Yeah,
this machine, it's a 94. It's not new, but it had 20 meter rapids back then. I plan on having 20 meter rapids now, so that I can smash it so fast that I won't even know what happened.
Well, with a gang, you're always going to be using your Z, so you may as well just make it go snappy. And even if it's not fast in even if you get acceleration like that, to me, that's a huge, speed is great, but acceleration is where it's at, where you can just zip, 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 zip. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at 750 watt servos. I want to go pull the Finnock servos off and see what size they were because, again, chatting to Norman, it was that same size frame, they've done everything from 400 to 1 kilowatt and 50 watt increments over the years. So I kind of want to see what it has and match, because obviously it was calculated for the machine. So if I put something similar, I'm pretty close.
How heavy is the machine in total?
About 1.5, 2 tons. Not exactly sure.
Okay.
Yeah, not
okay.
Huge.
So you're not going to be. Well, I mean, you can put a pretty beefy servo, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be moving around on you.
I think it's 110 millimeter frame servos, but I don't want to put 2.6 or 1.8 kilowatt servos on it. It's a bit overkill.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at my total power consumption on the machine, and as it is, 5.5 kilowatts for the servos, a shitload of power. It's a bit more than I'm going to try run. I've got a 4 kilowatt VFD. I'm going to try run it on that. I might have to just keep the rev up a little bit slower to run it on that VFD, but I have the VFD already.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep.
I'll see. It also, like, if it spins up in 4 seconds, that's fine. It's also a 6,000 RPM spindle.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice to have. Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to run it there very often, but it's nice to have. Like, I think generally speaking, we're going to hover around 4,000 for what we get up to. But it is nice to have. Like,
that's all on. Yeah.
And then we were there today. I was looking at the old control cabinet down. It's like, reuse the buttons. I'm like, no, these are shit. I want proper buttons. So I'm going to salvage some of the stuff, including the panel meter for spindle load, because it's a 0 to 10 volt DC, and I've got a 0 to 10 volt DC out on my VFDs that I can correspond to current. So then I know if I'm overloading the motor, because that's something I use on Bertha. Because the motor's so underpowered, you need to know if you're overloading it, so you know it's about to trip, and you can pause the machine.
Right. Yeah.
So I sold Bertha, not with all the collets, because the new machine's got the same collet chuck, so I'm like, fuck that, I'm keeping my production collets. You can have all the random sizes. But then, like, Bertha, he's getting a fucking sweet deal. Bertha's going with the quick change tool post that's on it, all the gang blocks, 4-jaw chuck, 3-jaw chuck, the jaws for that. There's a whole bunch of crap. Some of the tool holders, some of the stuff I'm not going to be able to run on the new machine. Just take it and have fun. And then I've got to get rid of 200 liters of coolant as well. Also, the new machine already has coolant in it, which is going to be super fucking tasty. Not excited for that.
Yay, included.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been standing either. Like, not
vintage,
not ideal.
Even better. Yeah,
Monica's
authentic, original. Yeah.
The issue I've got there is the cooling tank is in the bottom of the casting. Old school style, So pressure washer, shove it up there and fucking give that thing an enema, and then try get it clean. It's going to be a bit of a bastard to clean, but it is what it is. That's why I own a pressure washer. I bought the pressure washer to clean the MCO. I was going to borrow my neighbors. I'm going to fuck it. They're like, I think they were $50 or something. I just bought one, and super useful for cleaning coolant tanks. You just fucking blast it out and poison your grass, and then not worry about it. I was actually saying to the mother-in-law, I want to dig a trench by my front door and just fill it with gravel and then let the grass grow over it, so that I have a fast drain there, that if when I wash stuff, it can wash into there and just do it 1950s Popular Mechanics style. Pour oil. How do you get rid of oil according to Popular Mechanics? Dig a hole, fill it with gravel, and pour the oil in.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
That is literally an article from the 1950s in Popular Mechanics. How to get rid of all the engine oil.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking great.
So where I grew up.
No, you want to plot.
Where I grew up, we had gravel roads. People just take all their old engine oil, save it up, put it in a big 55-gallon drum, and just oil the gravels to keep the dust down. It's just like, we're putting a lot of oil into the ground here, but like, that's where it came from. It can go back. That doesn't want to work that way. All right,
it's got some extra bits now.
Yeah.
So what happened to your laser cutter's pump? What pump do you have on your laser cutter? It's the first question.
It's just the water pump, like the water pump that cools the tube.
Yeah, like a pond pump.
Dead simple, just like a coil. It's just a mag pump, so it's just a giant coil of wire and like a magnetic stator inside. And I just flicked it on, just completely dead. I checked it with I pulled the plug off, caught the end off, measured it. I'm like, oh yeah, and resistance is like mega ohms. So I'm like, okay, there's an open or something here. I was like, how does that die? Like, I mean, it's ran for 5 years, owes me nothing. But it's just like, So it was just kind of like a pain in the ass.
I put a PC water cooling pump on my laser when I built it, and that thing shockingly still runs. It's a Banggood special, still running.
Nice.
Had no issues with it. But speaking of pumps dying, we got hydroponics set up on our tank in the front garden, growing strawberries. And they're now looking beautiful. We've got big strawberries on it. I go out there, because I go once a day, feed the fish, check the system. I'm like, why is there no water in the thing, in the hydroponics section? Pull the pipe out, no water. Open up the pump, shaft sheared off, rubbed. It'd been rubbing for freaking weeks, apparently. Anyway, I made a new stainless steel shaft and shoved it in there, and it's running again. But sheared off and then was just running sheared shaft on sheared shaft.
Nice.
Yeah, shocked that it was still running. Because I noticed the water flow went down a bit a little while ago. But anyway, I had some 3mm stainless shafts. I just chopped a new piece of stainless with a bolt cutter and shoved it in there.
Yeah.
But that does terrify me. That if the coolant pump goes out on your laser, you can blow your tube pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, and I thought about this years ago because I
And you have a
DIY this
flow.
whole system. Yeah, I have a flow meter and a temperature, and it just alarms as
Yeah.
soon as there's no flow or there's no or the
Oh,
temperature
yours is
spikes. It's
actually
like
tied into the water protect circuit of your laser.
uh, it's basically just a little Arduino that has a
Oh,
flow
okay.
meter, and it just soon
Okay.
as soon as it doesn't see flow, it
Yeah.
just fires up a little siren, and I'm like, what is that horrible noise? I'm like, oh, there's no flow. But honest,
Okay.
it happened during power up or shutdown, so I didn't even notice it till I went to run it next time, and then
Yeah.
it was just like no flow, which was kind of nice because I batched a bunch of ship, like because I use it for all my shipping, so
Yeah.
I always make sure I'm one batch ahead. Um, unfortunately, it was like too short for the, so I had to fix it
Shit.
to get it. Not a big, but just made me realize like if my laser goes down, I'm also fucked. So
Yeah.
like I'm just gonna batch. I'm gonna make sure I'm at least like it doesn't take much to laser all my product like
Yeah.
packaging stuff for like a few months, and that way if when my laser goes down, because it will,
Yeah. It's a
if I have
mechanical
to sit,
system.
yeah, if I have to sit for a month for a new tube, that's probably gonna be the first thing that dies.
Yeah.
It won't be the like, oh, everything has to stop now because I can't build packing material. So
I'm
yeah.
surprised my tube is still alive. It's like 5 years old, and I have not been gentle to it.
Oh yeah, mine's old too,
But
but I mean I
yeah,
have been gentle to mine.
I
So
can
like,
I can literally jump in my truck now. Well, not now, during the day. Drive 30 minutes, buy a new tube, and drive home,
yeah, that's
which is
that's the thing. Like the
convenient.
internet, even on the internet, like I can order a tube and it can probably be here in less than a week. So it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's less
but
concerning.
still,
Yeah,
yeah, it still is
yeah,
concerning because my
yeah.
laser's control board went a little while ago. So it
Mm.
had ESP32 that I'd made a custom bodge board to adapt to a GRBL shield, and something happened. I think we had a power surge or something, and the ESP just shut the bed. So I
Mm.
ordered a replacement board from Microbotics, our local like robotics place. They've got a GRBL laser board. So I bought that. Fucking hell, getting that thing working was a nightmare. And
Hmm.
then the other day, the laser cutting PC hung. I rebooted, and my configs are gone for my laser cutters, for my laser and for
Yeah,
both lasers. So I now have
that
backups on.
sucks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
took all of like 20 minutes to fix, but yeah, I didn't want to have to fix it.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Why? Like things, like
Yeah.
same thing. I try to take more. I need to take more backups of everything because the same thing. It's like, okay, it takes me 2 minutes to back this up, or it's gonna take
Yeah.
me 4 hours to figure out what the hell I
So
did
I
when
need
it.
to, that's actually
Yeah,
something I need to do before I sell Bertha is pull a backup of that SD and just
yeah,
put the backup in Google somewhere and just, I know it's backed up. I need to do it for the
yeah.
MCO as well because like my neighbor across the road, his home assistant shut the bed, the SD card, and we managed to
Mm.
salvage the config file on one of my Linux CNC machines. We plugged it into a card reader and we could, because Windows, you can't read any of that because it's Windows, whereas
Mm.
Linux doesn't give a shit. So we managed to find his config file. He had spent weeks on that config file because he's got all of his universal remote set up in there and like silly
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, we managed to salvage it. So yeah, it's on the list of things I need to do is actually back up all the machine configs again. Like I've got backups,
Actually,
but they're old.
well, and speaking of backups, when I was building this PC, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put like 5 just slow hard drives in there and
Yeah,
run it as a RAID array. And then I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm like, if I'm running a RAID array, I'm not gonna do it in a Windows box. I'm like, I'll do this
no,
separately. I'll build a little like Linux server and
yeah,
and
just
run it
little
that way if I'm
NAS.
gonna play
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna let Windows trust Windows to critical
nope.
data
I
that I
wouldn't.
want to back
Yeah,
up.
I
So,
wouldn't. Yeah, if I could move away from Windows, I would move away from Windows in a heartbeat.
dude, same. Especially with Steam being supported on Linux now, and like Steam having their own
Yeah,
OS, and
the
it's like
only
I'm
reason,
only
the only reason is
Fusion.
Fusion
Yeah,
360. That is the
I know.
only reason I'm on Windows still.
Fusion
Uh,
moved to Linux, and then everyone will leave.
yeah,
We'll all
and
go to
everyone can
Linux. We're
leave
all
this fucking
dorks.
adware that we're using because it's not an
Yeah,
OS, it's fucking adware. I keep
yeah,
getting
I
pop-ups.
agree.
Sign into OneDrive. Eat a dick. I don't want your backup. Just go away. Like fuck off. And then you open. Update to Windows 11. Fuck off and die. I want to stay on Windows 10. Like, yeah. But obviously we're going to be
Yeah.
forced to Windows 11. My laptop's Windows 11 and I hate it. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, that's just because it's stupid. Like, yeah. I mean, in the house, we've got like 4 Windows 10 PCs at this point and a Windows 11
mm-hmm.
one. So yeah, we have way too many computers apparently.
Well, and that's also why I'm trying to build a computer now, because I think in about October, I think there's going to be
Yeah.
a run on people building PCs because they're going to be like, ah, shit, this thing doesn't
I,
run
mean,
anymore. It's like,
I was thinking the other day I should just upgrade to Windows 11 and just fucking buy and just get it done on the work PC. But
Yeah.
I was busy programming something. I'm like, I can't be down for a few hours. I need to like block off time to do this. Where I'm not going to
Yeah.
try run the LK, or I'm running production on the LK, and I don't need to fuck with it. Then yeah, sure. Then I've actually got a thing this week with talk splits where I have a whole day. The cycle's about an hour
Yeah.
a cycle, so I've got the whole day to play on the computer. So I think I might do it then.
Cool, man. Well,
Danica told me to reuse the hand wheel on the new machine. I told her no. I have a new one.
Aw.
The Fanuc one
okay,
sounds funny.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I have this, I don't know from when. Like, I buy these, like, I have a whole box of industrial Lego. That's what it's labeled. It's like all just like relays and proxies and like crap. That's all just effectively industrial Lego.
It will be useful when the world ends. Like I said,
Exactly.
that's my justification to hold on to all the dumb. I have so much old hardened parts that I just couldn't throw away because I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like, will I ever use this? No. But I'm like, it's sat in a box for a year, hasn't moved. Should throw it away.
Did your machine come with any control hardware when you got it?
A ton of it, except the servo. I wish it came. It can. There's a 3,000-pound cabinet that had all the servo amps that it just didn't come with. I would have killed for that cabinet. But I like all the dumb stuff, like just humongous heat sinks and like all the. There's a bunch of like just like logic, but it's all like it was all just.
When I bought Connie, the Condia power mill I think I got back like must have been about 10% of the cost of the machine just in copper. I took all the reactors and the transformers, and I cut them apart to be just the bits of copper, and I got a freaking fortune from it. Even now, this new machine, I looked up the servo amplifiers. They are $1,500 for the one, $1,500 for the spindle servo amplifier. Then I've still got the two servos and the controller. Like, I can recoup the entire cost of the machine and some if I'm willing to hang on to it and put it on eBay, but I'm not willing to hang on to it and put it on eBay.
That's my thing too. Like, if I had like a little Curt that just could work in the night, I did not worry about him. I would tell him to take photos of all the boards that I have for my hard engine and put them on eBay. Because you know what? There's some asshole out there right now that has whatever needs a memory board, and he'll pay $200 for it, and I'm just gonna whip it into the recycling because like I have no need.
I've got two MCO modules. I've got one Axis module and one the video output module. From the MCO, they were just cards. I pulled them and then I scrapped the rest of the cabinets. And then the guy who initially owned the machine phoned me like a week later after I sent it to scrap looking for the screen. I'm like, dude, you're a week late. Like, you could have had the fucking monitor. But it's gone, and I phoned my scrap guy and it was gone already. I'm like, sorry, dude. Because he was still running it with the OEM controller.
Yeah.
Like, he stripped my one for spares for the other one because they were sister machines. No, good, a little silly. But yes, I have one more intrusive thought that I'm working on. I'm thinking of building a turret.
Okay. Why come?
Like a lathe turret.
Like a lathe turret?
Yes.
Why?
For the new machine.
I see. This sounds like a road to despair.
I know. Turrets are not hard. The MCO turret's super simple. No, the MCO turret is dirt simple. Like, can probably do it relatively easily. But I'm busy mulling over that plan of making an 8-position turret just for OD tools. Like, I wouldn't bother even like interfacing for drills. I put drills on a gang block because generally you don't need like 8 different freaking drills. But
good point.
Having intrusive thoughts. All the IO is already provisioned for it.
I vote get it working gang and then play.
You mean with my Lang gang plate?
With your Lang gang. Yeah. I think the Lang gang's a cool idea.
I'm actually quite excited for the Lang gang because I'll probably put a quick change tool post on the one end just for general cockery. And then the Lang gang, like any of the stuff that runs 4 tools or around that, I'm going to make custom Lang gang plates. And then you just touch off the first tool, everything else is preset. Because now I have the opportunity to change all my tool numbers to not be stupid. Because you know why my 3mm grooving tool is tool 3? Because it's 3mm wide.
Yeah.
Do you know why my WNMG is number 8? Is number 8 because it's a WNMG 08. Like the naming is stupid as hell. So now's my chance to fix all of that and just go rework all my programs as I repost them to be with their own. Because you got 999 tool numbers. Why not use them all?
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
That is the plan. But yeah, that's exciting. And yeah, that's all. That literally the whole weekend was trying to find manuals and reading up on VFDs and servos and yeah,
I'm
every
interested
other
to see how
thing.
the retrofit goes. Yeah, I'm interested to see how
Yeah,
you build it
hopefully
out. It'll be
smoothly.
fun. Yeah, hopefully
Hopefully
up
very
and running
smooth.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we'll get it up and running quick. It's going to be the biggest thing's going to be waiting for servos because I can buy the servos from China for like 2,000 Rand each, or I can buy them locally for 7,000 Rand each. And fuck that noise. I will wait 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, like the guy was here on Saturday to discuss buying the machine. I'm like, okay, because we were discussing payment terms and shit. I'm like, dude, I need to be able to order the servos and whatnot now. The rest can wait. You can pay me once the machine's in your shop. Like, I'm not too worried about it. I just want it to
Yeah.
go to a good home, and also I know where your shop is. Like, I'll come and break it. I don't mind. Like, or as this, if this all shakes out properly, I'll walk away with like $250 and a new lathe.
Yeah. That's
So
sick. Yeah, that works out.
I'm
Yeah.
stoked. Like, that's perfect. I don't need to make more than that out of the deal. I want a new lathe. Like, I'm tired of Bertha. Bertha's great, but I'm tired of it. But, yeah. You
Nice.
had one
Oh,
more thing.
just boring. We
It was
could jump right
interesting. It
into
was actually pretty
Googling.
interesting.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll briefly touch on it, and then we'll do the Google because we're already starting to
Yes.
get long in the tooth. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
not that long.
I'm messing around with the CUSMA certification. Oh, certificate. Basically, just making sure I can ship my stuff to the States without paying or without the Americanos having to pay tariffs on it. So yeah, I the shipping software I'm using now, or that it's pairing along with another piece of shipping software because it's all a cluster. Let me submit my SKUs, and then it lets you fill out all the data that is really annoying to fill out, like all the certificate of origin and HS codes and all that jazz. And then it saves it to a SKU, so when the order comes in, it can just auto populate it.
Okay.
Um, anyway, so it basically double checked all my things I submitted and claimed that they'll all qualify for CUSMA. So now, hopefully, when I ship, I won't have to charge people tariffs. So
Okay.
that's
Well,
yeah.
hopefully.
I was talking to a few Canadian guys that were using this software. It's a program called Chit Chats, which is kind of annoying because it doesn't integrate well with anything, and this shipping is weird. But it lets you do this, so
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I have 3
Yeah.
packages in the mail right now that are on in transit that didn't quite make, but they were low price. So I don't know, $4 in duty or tariffs on
Uh,
those. But I also don't want to, if I can avoid tariffs, I will. So we'll see if this
yeah.
works out. Um,
Well,
yeah.
Danik and I were
So,
chatting about that today, and I was like, no, EJ's been super understanding with that parcel that's gone missing. I'm like,
mm,
I got the titanium feeds and sweets from you now. That's tomorrow morning's endeavors. Make that racking, get his anodized and
mhm.
off to him, and I'm just going to eat the tariff for him because he did order it before the tariffs, and he's been super understanding about it. So he will
Oh,
just get it
that's
without
nice.
any tariff things. Yeah, it's like $100 worth of tariffs on that. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's unfair to make him pay it. Like, as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned, when the insurance pays out for that lost parcel, I will just take it out of that. Like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, cost of doing business.
Yeah.
But hopefully, we will be selling a bunch of anchor points soon. Considering I still have 12 more bodies to finish machining, I should probably do that.
Yeah. It might not be a bad idea, but
Yeah, get
also if
ahead
they're
of it.
not sold, it's not. Yeah. It's not
Yeah, but
a
also,
finished
well,
press.
that's the thing. I think on the website now, there's a couple days like before shipping. We added a little disclaimer there to allow for anodizing and Jamie to finish machining them. But that's
Yep. Yep. Yep.
that's
Yep.
on the list of things to do. I couldn't machine pallets for a while because I had fourth axis right next to the mooring. Now I have space, so it's fun. So, what have you been googling, Curt?
On the podcast.
I've got a few things in my Google box.
So a bunch of my Googling was just around all these like tariffs and shipping, just because like there's just everything is new, like everything is coming into place because just the weird like prepaid is just like is a
Yeah.
cluster. It's making everything a cluster. It's throwing wrenches into everything. So, anyways, I just have like 900 tabs open on that. I also have a tab open because I was talking with my oldest. She's 4, and she was saying how close the moon is. I'm like, no, the moon is like really far away. And she's like, well, how far away is the moon? I'm like, oh, I think it's like 300,000 kilometers. But trying to justify that to her. She's like,
Yeah.
can we drive to the moon? And I was like, no, we cannot drive to the. I mean, if we could drive to the moon, and I was like, how
You
long would
would
it
have
take to
gone.
drive to the moon? So if people want to know, if you want to drive to the moon, assuming you drove 24 hours a day at about highway speed, 100 kilometers an hour, it would take you about half a year to drive to the moon. So if you want to
Wow.
sleep
Okay.
and eat and stuff, it'll take you about a year to drive to the moon. So yeah, I told that to her and she's like, oh, so it's far away. I'm like, that's really far. Then we started talking about the
That's a
sun, and
really clever way of explaining it.
well, yeah, because it's
Because
like you can't just
it puts it in terms that a human can actually comprehend. Because big numbers, we just have no concept. Like that
well, and
actually
she's
puts
like,
it in. Yeah.
well, and she's like the airplane. She's like, can we fly an airplane to the moon? I'm like, not really. You can fly a rocket to the moon. But she's like, well, the airplane's just right by the moon. I'm like, hey, it looks like it is, but it's really, really far away because it's really big. So she's like, well, no, it's not big. It's small. I'm like, you are right, but how do I? Okay, whatever. So
This
and
is the
then
problem I have with my little truck. Is they think the pedestrians think it's a big truck that's far away. Meanwhile, it's close.
you're right.
Oh
So
yes.
anyway,
So last week, remember I said that I hadn't done the Wordle yet for the day.
sure, yeah.
I didn't remember to do the Wordle.
Oh
I woke
no,
up in the
you've
morning
lost
like,
your
oh
streak.
shit. Nope, I didn't. Changed my clock to some other part of the world. Did the previous day's Wordle, changed my clock back, and did the day's Wordle. Clearly, they're not very secure. So we're currently on 92.
Cheater,
Not
pumpkin
cheater.
eater.
But abusing the system. Anyway, I was doing a bit of research. So obviously now with the retrofit, I wanted to know what collet chuck was on the thing. It looks like a 173 collet, E173, 173E.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. Let me just Google a A2-5 173E collet. Found one on eBay. Looks to be the same. Kitagawa collet chuck, £1,300 for that collet chuck.
It's a little bit bigger. Oh, cash wise.
Cash wise, that's what's on the machine. It's worth more than half of what I'm paying for the freaking machine. Yeah, and then hydraulic chucks and good weight. Trying to find manuals for the machine is basically impossible.
Oh, weird.
I got hold of the local Goodway agents. They have nothing.
Yeah.
They got hold of Goodway directly, and I'm waiting to hear back for manuals on it. I've been looking at the Meta glasses.
Oh yeah, I've been poking at those too. Yeah.
I think we'll keep that discussion for in the after show, along with discussing the combat robot stuff, because I think we're going to post my winning fight as a bonus content. I'll get done if it's uploaded to the Patreons, because the way I won is just fucking stupid. Then reading manuals and more manuals. And Haas Tooling redid their website, and now it looks like AliExpress.
Ooh, weird.
Yeah, don't go there. It looks horrid.
Really?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading on EtherCAT with Linux CNC.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it does look very. Oh, it does look very.
It's cheap as hell.
Yeah, it does.
Because I was looking there for chucks, because I'm looking to find out what options there are for a 2-5 collet option or chuck options. So I think I'm going to end up just finding an adapter plate and putting a manual chuck.
Okay.
Which will probably be the easiest. But yeah, so what else is in your Google box other than how far the moon is? Is that the only interesting one? Because I love that. That's great.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Well, then we started talking about the sun, and that just was too much, because I was like, no, it's a star. She's like, it's not a star. Stars are small. I'm like, oh boy. We'll save this for another day. A crap ton of PC stuff that I could just wax poetically on for the next forever. And that's some vapor hone stuff, but nothing all that interesting other than just copious amounts of PC stuff, because I'm so out of the loop. I had to kind of educate myself.
You have to get caught back up on it.
Which is, like I said, great when you already ordered is coming towards you.
I would not recommend it at that point.
No, don't do that. No, bad idea.
You did it in the wrong order, Curt.
Yeah, no, I should just stop reading and just commit, but whatever.
Well, you've committed already.
Well, returns are free. Returns are free, not a problem. Yeah.
So, where can people find your things and stuff, Curt?
You can find my lack of everything at confoundedmachine.com. Actually, this week I'm planning on finishing this stupid little mechanism. I think I have every part designed, and it's either going to work or it's not. So information will be coming out hopefully by the end of this week on whether I'm going to do a run of these, or I'm just going to throw it into the trash and we're never going to talk about it again. So yeah.
Sure.
Contact page.
Like the fruit grip.
Like the fruit grip is actually incoming, but it's just too many irons in the fire. So
yeah.
How about you? What do you got? What do you got going on?
You can find us at jspeceng.com, where you can find the anchor point, the t-shirts, and the frame lock utility knife, which we are planning on doing another batch. I've got magnets coming in now, 500 magnets, so going to do another run of those with N52s instead of N35s, because they were initially N42s. Anyway, those are coming in the near time. And then you can find the podcast at thelonemachinists.com. There's some bonus content there. There might be some more. There might not be. Who knows? I'm going to ask Danica to put the fight from the weekend where I won awesomely. And then you can find me at jspec_engineering on Instagram, where you can follow the day-to-day happenings of our workshop and the shenanigans I get up to. But yeah, that's about it.
Fun.
Yeah. What are you up to today, Chris?
Right. Up to today, I think I'm going to, like I said, finish this little widget. There's going to be some, I think I'm going to use the mill as a lathe. Not in the same sense that we do, but like I think I'm going to try a part that should be lathed. I'm going to try milling it because it's a long stick out and I need a very tight tolerance held to it. Basically, a 3mm shaft, like and 20 mils long, and I need it to be very consistent. So I obviously could lay that, but in the middle there's a donut, so it's like I'd have to do some weird come in with a grooving tool, and it's a perfect Swiss part. But I think I can just pop it in the mill, machine at one side, flip it over, machine the other side. So
machine on the
so I think I'm gonna make a lathe part in the mill.
Nice, as one does.
Yeah.
I actually need to do the same. I need to make an adapter for a 1/2-inch shaft to 14mm on a motor to run my bucket tumbler, because I need to tumble parts, and I stole the motor off of it to run the wire chopper. I chopped 40 kilograms of wire on Saturday and Sunday. And I plugged it in and went for like 7 or 8 hours.
40 kilos, a lot of wire.
There's only 40 kilos left of the 120 kilos that the guy bought.
Wow.
Yeah, no, like he sells a shitload of it. It's tumbling media for magnetic tumble. Well, in this case, case tumbling, but works in magnetic tumblers as well.
It's crazy.
It just runs like it and just does its thing. It's great fun. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you everybody for. I'm gonna go sleep. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm gonna go sleep, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be a useful human, hopefully. I actually don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I need to start prioritizing it. I think I need to get cracking on the brass grips that I'm making for 1911s, because those have to be done by Monday. But yeah, that's me. I'll find some other distraction tomorrow, as I tend to do. Yeah, thank you everybody for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast and you want to see our faces, you can see us on Zencast if your name's AJ, or YouTube if you're a normal person. But yeah, thank you, and give us rate, like, subscribe. If you enjoyed it and you want to share it, please feel free to share the podcast and try to grow our audience there. Yeah, and then, we don't have outro music. It says outro music in the documents.
Oh,
yes. We had, but we don't use it anymore. We'll have to sing. Anyway, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, all.